Good morning and welcome. It is 9:20. It is the ninth day of December, and I am your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the humbug in the bar, the OGGM, with another OGGM adventure. And this one might be a little controversial, because far be it from me to avoid controversy. So, trigger warning. If me talking about some of the comments made by a certain woke YouTuber about Dungeons and Dragons is something that might upset you, please stop watching this now. Okay, so I recently stumbled across a YouTube video by a certain green-haired, woke, whatever, gamer, Critical Role fanboy girl, where this individual directly or indirectly sort of made a shot out to us old guard gamers that we were all, power, min-max power gamer, and that the whole old guard mentality was optimization. And I took offense of that because as an old guard player, as somebody who's been playing pretty much since the game came out in 1974, 76, whenever it was, min-max power gaming optimization, I assure you, person, did not exist when we first started playing. The idea of, splat books, min-maxing, power gaming, taking advantages and disadvantages, optimizing your character, that's more your generation than our generation. Even the term power gamer didn't even start floating around to the early 80s. And then really the idea of min-maxing, optimization, splat books didn't really happen to second edition Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, there were some non-TSR splat books out like Ardor and Grimoire and stuff like that around the first couple of years, but that was all unofficial excess stuff. If you just played the game as written, until mid-second edition when splat books started coming out, and just the idea, we rolled 3d6. One, two, three. We rolled 3d6 6 times, once for each stat in Dungeons and Dragons. Now, if you were lucky and everybody agreed upon it, you could place the stats where you needed them so you could have the highest stat that you rolled for the class that you thought you were going to play. But most of us, hardcore, I assure you, every character I played for the first 8-10 years of I was gaming was 3d6 down the line, play what you got. So if I rolled a 5, a 5, and a 2, my first stat was 12. And that's pretty lucky considering I'm rolling 3d6. So if, 5, I rolled a 5, a 4, and a 1. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a 10 for my second stat. Actually, for a first edition character, this is pretty good. We got a 12, a 10. Let's roll my third stat. 3, 3, and a 1. So that's a 9. So no, that's a 7. That's more likely. My fourth stat. No, see a random assortment of dice because I'm not a dice hoarder. Oh, a 6, a 1, and a 3. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's a 10. Actually, these are pretty good. Actually, this is a pretty powerful character for those rules. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wow. A 3, a 3, and a 4. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our last one is a 2, a 2, and a 3. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got a 12, a 10, a 7, a 10, a 10, and a 7. That's actually way more than I was usually used to. My first D&D character that I actually played had a 6 strength and an 8 wisdom. And had 1 hit point. So yeah, this is pretty. I mean, a 12 and 3 10s on 3d6. That's pretty much unheard of. So if you think this is a old guard min-max first level power character, well, again, let me correct you that for most of us old guard players, our OSR players, 3d6 down the line, play them as they lie, then add racial bonuses. Of course, there weren't really racial bonuses back then, really. Again, that's not till second edition that the idea each race had certain bonuses and stats, and then again in the third, 3.5, fourth, Pathfinder, and fifth. So really, as somebody who hasn't been playing very long, to say that us old guard players were all min-maxers, and that's all we played, optimized characters. No, we role played. We role played the fuck out of our characters because this was the standard shit we usually were able to. Now, of course, people cheated. You know, I mean, it was not unusual to see somebody with straight 18s and they claim they rolled straight 18s and an 18-0-0 strength, and you know they cheated. Or somebody who just had the basics. I mean, yeah, it existed, of course. People have been cheating at games for as long as there's been the games. It's as easy to min-max power game Monopoly as it is a role-playing game. But, you know, what's the point? And B, usually 9 out of 10 times people would go, yeah, I need to see you roll those stats. Or, dude, you cheated. And that's fine because it is not really going to make a difference in this game. You know, because we're going to play like 5 levels and we're lucky if we're going to see a +1 sword. So really, I mean, the fact that you cheated, great, whatever, no one cares. Now, if we catch you cheating on dice rolls, you know, then that's a different story. But, you know, who cares? I mean, if you want straight 18s, go ahead, give yourself straight 18s. It's not going to really change the outcome of the game. So, yeah. We did not min-max. We did not power game. Power gaming, min-maxing, optimization didn't really start happening till late in the first edition, early in the second edition of the game, when there's more versions of the game and splat books and third-party publications, and they started to really glut the market with, you know, approved for Dungeons and Dragons and alternate rules and alternate races and alternate ways to try and get more people to play what they had in their head. But, you know, for role-playing, you try role-playing this. You know, when these are your only options and your best stat is a 12, you're like, well, I guess my best stat is a 12 and it's strength, so I'm a fighter. A fighter with a 7 constitution and a 7 charisma. Oh, but I've got a 10 dex and a 10 int and a 10 wisdom. Now, if I'm lucky, the DM will let me move these around. Let's say I wanted to play something. Oh, I want to play a cleric. Can I move my wisdom to 12? But yeah, no. No power gaming. So, yeah, know your history, person. Anyways, I'm going to respond to another aspect of that video in another video, but I just wanted to take a moment to defend us old guard players and assure you that the min-maxing, power gaming, that's more your generation than ours. I will talk to you losers later.